When it comes to being a family and trying to find that right community, that's exactly what we were doing. And now I've lived in several different areas on this island. Mostly, I've lived in Red Hill, Salt Lake area, Kapolei, Mililani, Makakilo, Ewa Beach, right? I've lived in several different areas of this island, down in town, and it's just there's a lot of places, right? And it's fun to discover them all, and you really just have this feel of like all these different styles of communities. Well, in this video, I'm actually going to be telling you 5 reasons why we love living in Ewa Beach, Hawaii right now. What's going on? Welcome to the Living in Hawaii channel. If you're new here, this channel is all about what it's like to live in Hawaii, to eat, sleep, play, breathe, the up, down, left, and right. Everything that you need to know about living in Hawaii. If you're not new here, welcome on back. Make sure you all hit that like button. It's going to help anybody else be able to find these helpful videos. Hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so that you get notified anytime that I put a new video out on this channel. And look, we get so many people reaching out every single day, and we absolutely love it. And you can do the same thing too. You can shoot me a text, you can send me a DM, you can send me an email, you can go ahead and give me that phone call. You can skip all that and you can schedule an appointment with us using the link down in the description below. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when moving to Hawaii. Kicking things off with number 5, make sure you stick all the way down till number 1, but number 5 is going to be that Ewa Beach is not a big city. It's really a suburb style feel, right? And really it is a suburb of Honolulu County, or I'm sorry, Honolulu City or downtown Honolulu, right? And Waikiki. So what I mean by that though is if we're talking about, like, for instance, Kapolei is known as the second city because it has its business district, they have a court over there, they have all these things, right? And Ewa Beach being right next to Kapolei, which we're going to talk about later. But Kapolei is the city, right? It has the big city style or feel, not necessarily a lot of high rises. More of that is down in Waikiki, and we talked about that a ton on this channel too. Waikiki is going to give you that concrete jungle in paradise, like right next to the beach feel for the hustle and bustle, the fast pace, people all over the streets, right? Lots of tourists too. But Ewa Beach, not so much. Spread out, lots of just homes, lots of neighborhoods, lots of different communities, lots of parks, right? There's some grocery stores and some shopping centers throughout, right? And we got our schools. But it is when it comes to like having a court, right, and a big business district, we don't even really have any big box stores, or not a ton of big box stores. We have some, right? We have Ross, if you want to consider Ross a big box store. We got City Mill and PetSmart. Those are all over there in that shopping center right next to Safeway. And so there's a few things over there, but there's no like Target, Walmart, Costco. We got to go to Kapolei for those things or elsewhere on the island. So we don't really have a ton of those huge things. We don't have a mall, right? We just don't have that big city style feel, and that's actually what we love, right? We talked about it being a family friendly community. It's just a bunch of neighborhoods, a bunch of single family home, townhome, condos, communities, lots of people out riding their bikes, walking their dogs, playing in the park, youth sports, those types of things. So it doesn't have that big city feel. We wanted to stay away from that, and that was what was for us, and it may be for you. Number 4 on our list for living in Ewa Beach and why we love it is what I kind of just talked about briefly, was the proximity to Kapolei. And now, because Ewa Beach is not necessarily considered to be the big city, right, and we don't really have all those things which I was just mentioning, we got to go to Kapolei. And that's how we like it too, because Kapolei really is right next door. I mean, I can be at Costco in 15 minutes or less. Like, is it Roosevelt? Take the Roosevelt and the back roads behind Kamakana all the way down. Costco, less than 15 minutes, right? Target's all in that area. Home Depot, the movie theaters are over there. There's a mall, Kamakana Mall, which is kind of right on the border between Ewa and Kapolei. I can be at Kamakana in less than 10 minutes and be at that mall where they have the movie theater, they have the Cheesecake Factory, California Pizza Kitchen, right? They have all that stuff. We don't have that in Ewa. So we like having the proximity to it. And now we also like the proximity to some of these other things. So as far as the beaches go, in Ewa we have like Haubush or Oneula. We also have Ewa Beach in the back. But in Kapolei you have a couple other great beaches too, like Barbers, White Plains. You got the Ko'olina Lagoons. Those are all less than 15-20 minutes away. So the proximity to all these things is great. Now, also, if maybe you're in the military and you're going to be stationed at Schofield Barracks or Wheeler Army Airfield, it's going to be roughly 25 to 30 minute drive, give or take, depending on the time that you're leaving. We live down in Ocean Point, and my wife works right next to Schofield, up there in Mililani Tech Park, and it takes her roughly about 25 to 30 minutes to get to and from work. Not terrible, not too bad. That's not something that we mind. So if you're in the military and you're going to be up stationed up in those areas or working, maybe you're a DoD contractor working up in those areas too, then right, that's kind of the drive time that you can be expecting. When it comes to the east side, this is where things get rocky as far as proximity. It can take a bit to get over there. Even when I'm like out showing homes in Hawaii Kai, for instance, because I'm a real estate agent, right? When we're showing homes in Hawaii Kai, anytime I tell my wife, like, I gotta go out to Hawaii Kai today, she's like, oh, wow, enjoy that drive. And it's because it's a pretty long drive, considering we're on an island. So the proximity to Kapolei has all the things that we love. We just don't want to be right next door to those things, and that's just kind of how it is, but we love the proximity to it. Number 3 on our list for living in Ewa Beach and why we love it is there's not a lot of tourists, and really that's just something that a lot of people don't want to be around. So if you're one of those people that don't mind that, then maybe like areas like Kailua, Hawaii Kai, Waikiki especially, right? North Shore, those areas have a lot of tourists in and out, right? Tracking through, a lot of things over there that tourists like to do, because in Kailua you got Lani Kai, Hawaii Kai, you got Coco Head, you got the marina, you got tons of other things that you can do over there, turtle tours and whatnot. Waikiki, everybody just knows Waikiki, right? The concrete jungle down there, everybody just knows Waikiki. Most of the time when anybody hears about Hawaii, they say Honolulu, Maui, Waikiki, right? So it's just up there. But in Ewa, we don't have that, right? We don't have a lot of tourists tracking through here. There's nothing really here, right, for tourists to do. Why would they come here? There's not a ton to do. You want to come shop at Safeway with me? Like, it's pretty cold in there. You might want to bring a hoodie. There's just not a lot to do, right? So we don't get a lot of tourists over here. Like I said, it's a suburb, really family-friendly community down here. Homes, right? It's homes and grocery stores and shopping centers and schools. And then we kind of got to go elsewhere to do the things that we want to do. But that's cool. That's cool with me, and that's why we love it, right? So not a lot of tourists. I will say, though, that they are in the works on building it. And I walk my dogs down there, and I see the construction all the time. They are building a resort in Ewa. It's going to be a Ho'akalei resort. If you want to look that up, that's Ho'akalei. And they're supposed to have like this massive wave pool. It's all in the news articles and stuff. It's supposed to have this massive wave pool. And the idea is that they are trying to clean up Hal Bush, which is the beach back there, or some people call it One'ula. And the idea is to have more of a Ko'olina style feel over here in Ho'akalei. Because Ho'akalei is a golf course, country club kind of thing, and you have to be a member to even golf there. And so they're trying to really create a resort style thing back there, similar to Ko'olina, not as massive, there's not a ton of space, but similar to that, and then have like the jogging paths and places for families to swim and that type of stuff. So we'll see what happens, but as of right now, me recording this in May of 2022, we don't have a lot of tourists here. Number 2 on our list is going to be the youth sports. Tons of youth sports here in Ewa Beach. Alright, so let me talk about this for a second too. My wife and I argue about this. So the front of the area, so all of Ewa is 96706, alright? That's the zip code for Ewa Beach, both of them. Now, the front of it, closer to the highway, right, closer to H1, farther away from the beach, closer to H1, by Queens and all that stuff where you've got Westlock and all that up there, that is considered by some people to be Ewa. Now, some people only consider Ewa Beach to be the really back part of Ewa, closer to the beach, all right? And so I live in Ocean Point. I can walk down to the beach in 5 minutes, right? So I say we live in Ewa Beach. But to me, when I look at the mailing address and your mailing address, if you decide to live down here, you're going to be writing your address, and then you're going to write Ewa Beach, HI, and then you're going to write 96706. So I think somebody even in one of my videos commented like, it's not Ewa back there or something. I'm like, it's what are you putting on your mailing address, right? Anyway, so I just kind of argued with myself there. Let me know what you think in the comments. To me, that's what's on the mailing address, Ewa Beach Hawaii 96706. When I'm searching in the MLS and I put Ewa Beach, or if I put 96706, that's homes in this entire area, front to back, doesn't matter, right? So anyway, youth sports. Tons of youth sports. You see the signs up all the time on the fences by the parks and things like that when you're talking about like the Hammerhead sign-ups, right? You got Pee Wee football. You got baseball. I-9 sports is big out here too. My son used to play I-9 T-ball when he was a lot smaller. He did the soccer thing as well. And then we'll be looking to get our youngest up into those to learn the game, right? Now the thing with I-9 for me anyway, I'm a very competitive guy. I-9 is great to learn the game, but when it comes to competition, I'm not the guy that thinks everybody gets a trophy. I'm sorry. But it's great to learn the game, great to learn that it's a team sport, right? Good sportsmanship, those types of things, learn the game. I actually coached my son's T-ball team with I-9. But when it comes to competition later on, right, I think it might be time to evolve into something else. But there's tons of youth sports in the communities. When you're just driving through, you're going to see the baseball games on a Saturday morning, right? You're going to see the football games. You're going to see the soccer. You're going to see a ton of it. From Ewa to Kapolei to wherever you're going, tons of youth sports out in Hawaii. Hawaii loves their sports. Number one on our list, and I don't know how many times I've said this already. Sorry if I'm beating the dead horse with this, but it's going to be the family-friendly communities. And we've talked about this a bunch, right? As far as when you're outside, we talked about the youth sports, right? When you're outside and you see families out riding their bikes, walking their dogs. There's a group of moms. I see them when I'm coming home from the gym. It's like 15 moms pushing their kids in a stroller. They're all going to the park to do their exercising. You see a ton of these things. Tons of people out running, right? These types of things make you feel more safe and welcome into your community, right? Neighbors saying hi, talking to your neighbors, where so a lot of the times too, the garages are like there's an alleyway or a driveway and everybody's garage is like that, right? Talking to the neighbors in the back alleyway or whatever, saying hi to everybody, just very family friendly, right? A lot of people are looking for that sense of security, and just seeing these things really can make a difference. We talked about like boots on ground, right? Having to be here to really experience it, just being in the communities and seeing it for yourself. And we're talking all the way from the front of Ewa Beach over there in Westlock, the golf courses and stuff like that over there. Ewa Beach has quite a few golf courses. And I'm not good at golf either. I love playing, but I'm not good by any means. More like cutting the grass for me. Anyway, family-friendly communities, kids out all the time. I have no problem with like my kids going outside. We have a park right around the corner with a big open field and a playground that they can go to. No big deal, right? These types of things that we just are not terribly concerned with. And I mean, just a couple other things too, like about it being safe. Like I accidentally leave my car unlocked out front or whatever. I'm not too worried about it. Like I'm just not. There's certain areas, right? Obviously, every single place has certain areas, but down here in Ewa Beach, it's just not one of those. So we love the family-friendly. I said it enough. Family-friendly communities down here in Ewa Beach. All right, we just gave you 5 things that we love, we absolutely love about living here in Ewa Beach, raising our family here in Ewa Beach, right? It's not a big city. We don't have the tourists. We got the proximity to Kapolei, tons of youth sports options, and the family-friendly communities. And so look, like I said, tons of people reach out all the time. If you're thinking about living in Ewa Beach or have questions about it or any of the other communities, feel free to reach out. You can send us a text, you can send us an email, you can send me a DM. You can skip all that and use the link down in the description below to schedule your Zoom call with us. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when it comes to finding that place that best fits your lifestyle here in Hawaii. And if you've made it this far and you haven't already hit the like button, please do so. It's going to help anybody else be able to find this information. Hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so that you get notified anytime that I put a new video out on this channel. Tons of other videos. We got lots more. If you want to see the vlog tour of Ewa Beach where I take you all around Ewa Beach, that's going to start popping up for you right now.